guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport. I thought we'd start today on Juro Bosets because I don't think he's got enough love, frankly, and he's been pretty damn good this year for us. So much so that I have extended his loan from Paris Saint-Germain for next year. Regardless of what division we're in, I want Juro Bosets to be at the club. That's the way I'm looking at it. If we were to go up, sure, we could look at other options, but I still want to make sure that we've got someone like this, a proven quality striker that scores goals for us, tied down for at least another year, no matter what happens. And I think that's important to do. Rumour has it that since his loan move from Paris Saint-Germain, Juro Bosets has put in a complaint to the Greater Manchester Council, stating the lack of welcome Juro signage around the town. He was quoted as saying, "If it was good enough for Ibrahimovic, it's definitely good enough for me. He may be Zlatan, but I am Juro." Ooh, is this a situation where he's going to start having Juro on his shirt now? And the brand of Juro, I'm sure we can all get on board with. Maybe we should just change his name purely to Juro. And it is done. Juro, number 9, lovely old job. After half of Season 5, a 32-year-old Christian Benteke, still at Palace, is the Premier League top scorer in one of my saves. Okay, that's pretty much up there with John Guidetti being the top scorer for Arsenal. That was, so people did send some other stuff, but it's better when it's an AI team because then it's actually just pure sort of... it's a happening rather than something you've got any control over. Still pretty awesome. So we've had a youth intake as well, which is bloody fantastic. We'll talk about that after the games. We've also got another thing, which I'm just going to blurt out now. We've been taken over by a London-based consortium. It said Tycoon initially, but I was worried they were going to sack me because you know what they're like when these things take over. But no, it's a guy called Andrew Holt. He's taken over the club. He's ploughed £3 million into the finances. He's up my transfer funds by like 200k, but at this point that's irrelevant because it's March. But he has not sacked me, and they've improved our youth facilities, or are going to plough money into doing that too. So that's really nice. I think we're going to have a bit more money if we were to go up. This consortium would definitely be more willing to bankroll us. So that's quite nice to have. Right. Onto the fixtures we've had off camera. I've made a slight tweak to the tactic, which I think has overall improved us, but we've had some other negative factors going into this, and we'll talk about this in a minute. This is infuriating. So fresh off the back of that Bournemouth game, we had a win, and we bloody deserved it, but it very nearly went a different way. Derby County went 2-0 up in this, long-range goal from Ryan Kent, and a Taylor Perry free kick. Wow, what a massive shock. But as a result of that, what I've changed is I've put on stay on feet to try and reduce the number of fouls. Although admittedly, we only conceded 9 fouls in this game, but it doesn't take much. We are the most foully team in the entire division. So I'm thinking that stay on feet, every now and then that might cost us. But I think if we can just concede less free kicks, that might help us too. Also help with the suspensions and whatnot, because we've conceded 3 direct ones and 6 indirect ones, which is the most in the league. Bit of a pain. But we did get a goal back through John Okoro. Adam Ida equalised for us before an instant winner for us. Sinthandi's own goal. John Gray heads the ball against him, and it went into the back of the net. Callum Gribben was phenomenal in this game, so we got the victory, and I would have been so pissed had we not. Like, just looking at the match stats, 4 clear-cut chances, 3 half chances, just they created so little against us, and if we hadn't have won this, I would have been punching the wall. More on that in a minute. In the next match, I tried that stuff from the start. I also set to overlap down the right wing, because I noticed I did that against Derby, and it seemed to work really well. Still on the fence about that. Might turn that off, though, because things have started to change on that one. But yeah, staying on feet, only 4 fouls conceded against West Brom. We were bloody fantastic. They took the lead through Tech Petty inside a minute, before literally the first highlight of the game. Bit annoying, but the instant equaliser for Juro definitely helped. Not instant, but nearly instant. Then John Gray, from a corner, made it 2-1. Juro grabbed himself another one on the 77th minute before Niall Ennis, off the bench, I think it was off the bench, yeah, to make it 4-1. And this was good win. You know, they're a good side, West Brom, with some good players. They had lost like 4 in a row before this, and we added to that misery for them, which was nice. But we can do this when we're really on our day. We can play very, very well and get the result, which was very nice. Juro, again, was phenomenal. Unfortunately, in the next game, we did not get what we deserved. It wasn't the best performance on the night, but we still created enough chances to win this match. Frano Fazic did score. We scored a corner, he had a shot, it deflected back to him, and he put it in the net, and I thought, brilliant. Game over, game set match. I brought on John Hume immediately to try and kill off the game, and unfortunately, a couple of episodes ago you would have seen this, where the ball's with Molden and all he has to do is drop it off to one of his players, and instead he just lumps it aimlessly straight to a Swansea player, and they just scored straight from that. Very, very frustrating, because Swansea were in the relegation zone and we dropped points to them despite winning away at a playoff team really comfortably in the last match. Frustrating as all hell, but there was worse to come. Thankfully, it wasn't in the next match. Away at Preston, we were once again much, much better in this one. They took the lead through Daniel Johnson. Hey guys, would you like to guess what type of goal? That's right, it was a long-range strike. The ball was headed... The thing is, it was a bit annoying because they made it throw-in, and Bruno Bridges unfortunately had to play because of suspensions and injuries. The ball just bounced over his head, even though he was in the perfect position. Weird, doesn't matter. The ball was crossed in, headed away, and then, on the full volley, Daniel Johnson immediately scores for Preston, their first shot of the game, and we were dominating at this point, and I was so annoyed, you have no idea. Thankfully, we got an almost immediate... Well, not almost immediate. 10 minutes later, Andy Davidson levelled things for us, and Callum Gribben with a lovely finish, made it 2-1, and we got a win away at Preston. We're winning the difficult games and struggling against the easy games. Strange that, but there you go, and another win. You know, frankly, 10 points from 4 matches is actually a very good result, but Swansea still annoying. And this was where the tide turned for me when this sort of stuff started happening. Against Reading, this match was set up to be the perfect result for us. An early goal from Juro gave us the lead. Regan Booty made it 2-0 on 33 minutes, and all was well. We were dominating them. They hadn't had a single shot in the game at that point. But then, oh yes, they got the ball out on the right-hand side. 2 players, we actually had a winger back, failed to block the cross. Goalkeeper comes, misses the ball, and Togwell just puts it into an empty net for 2-1. I thought, all right, fine, stuff happens. It's annoying for them to score their first goal like that, but whatever. And then 2 minutes later, they immediately got another one. So they had 2 shots, 2 goals, and suddenly from nowhere, they were level in the match. Very, very frustrating, would you believe? Made worse by the fact that John Okoro had to be stretchered off just before half-time. He's going to be out for 4 or 5 weeks. Brilliant, lovely, just what you need. Then we did push on in the second half, continuing to play really decent football. Reading had 2 chances, and it was their goals. Very annoying. But Juro made it 3-2 with a lovely worked goal. Ethan Laird put the ball in. Juro gets across his man and makes it 3-2. I immediately brought on John Hume to try and see out the game again. And then 5 minutes later, he goes off injured. He's going to be out for 4 to 5 weeks as well. The injuries are stacking up now. This is bad. And then, well, would you believe it, Vashon Nerfville has 3 players around him. All of our players, they have 1 player in our half, and some reason he just passes the ball, not a long ball, just passes the ball directly to the guy. They run through, and then it's 3-3. I was apoplectic with rage at that point. I'm fully on tilt at this point because we deserve the win comfortably, and yet again it's just been yanked away, and 2 more injuries that have kept us out. It's bad. I'm genuinely fearing for us at this point. Thankfully, teams around us again have been dropping points, but we can't keep doing this. And then in our last game in the period, with a very, very weak side because there was no Okoro, there was no Hume available, no Miller available. I think Regan Poole was carrying a slight... No, he wasn't actually. And yeah, Regan Booty went off in this game, and he's going to miss 3 to 4 weeks as well. Bersant Chelina scored for Middlesbrough. We were dreadful on the night, created bloody nothing the entire match. And with just a sheer lack of quality, lack of creativity, I'm really worried for what we're going to be doing in these final few matches of the season, to be honest. Middlesbrough was an iffy game, but I was hoping we might be able to hang on for a point. Was not to be. And despite actually going unbeaten in 5 matches and taking like 11 points from those 5 matches, we got ourselves 10 points clear of 3rd at one point. But of course, the last 2 games, it's all just dropped away again. We're back to being 5 points clear. Bournemouth had a really good chance in the last game to take the lead for it, but they lost 3-0 at home to Bristol City, which was a bit surprising, but Bristol City are quite good. Norwich sort of are in this battle now. So today's game is hugely important because I think if we win today, that would push us 12 clear of Norwich with 8 games to go and pretty much puts them out the battle for catching up with us anyway. But if we were to lose and Fulham were to win, the gap could be down to 2 points. Now, Fulham play tomorrow. So, yeah, it's very, very tight at the top still. I still think we've got what it takes, but results like that do not do us any favours. I genuinely think we're going to struggle against Norwich today because of the sheer amount of injuries we've now got. But it's time to just calm down now and look at today's game. We've pulled out some weird results when we weren't expecting to. Maybe today we can pull out a massive one. Oh yeah, there's been a youth intake too. You're going to be seeing it on your screen right now. It said Golden Generation. I was happy. And like last time, a couple of the ones that have got like nearly 4 stars or 5 stars have actually now been upgraded to 5 stars. We actually had 3, I think, 5-star players. But the one that was very, very interesting to me is Greg Stubbs. He is probably the pride and joy of this youth intake. Dribbling isn't amazing, but already got 15 finishing and 13 first touch. And he's already actually made a substitute appearance for us too. I think he came on against Middlesbrough because we were so lacking players. It's the 2.5-star current ability that really, really pleases me. So he's probably my sort of favourite one of the youth intake. Fairly determined as well. He does argue with officials and he comes deep, but I feel like there's a lot that can be gained out of this guy. And the other one that I'm quite interested in is John Puro, or Puru. I don't know. It's an interesting name as well. He is a centre-back, only 7 heading though, and he's only 5'10". So I'm not entirely sure about this guy. He's the kind of Ethan O'Kane player, I feel like. The kind that will probably move on and sell for loads of money at some point, but I don't think he's ever going to be that great for us considering the way that we play. And there's also Lloyd Hubbard, who's a bit of a target man, who was the other one that got upgraded when we actually signed him properly. So yeah, not a bad batch of players, and the fact that Greg Stubbs has already made his debut says a lot. He's the youngest ever player to play for us. Oh god, how is this? And we can't even use Adam Ida in this too. So this is going to be a bare bones kind of team. I don't care how knackered he is. Andy Davidson is starting this match. I'm not having Andy Davidson not playing. Do we give Liam Henderson a chance? Look at this. Regan Booty, John Hume injured, Gribben's there, Frano Fazic is there, and the next one will be Darren Leckie. I don't like Liam Henderson, but I feel like we've got no choice but to play him for today's game. The rest of the team's not too bad. Basic and Poole, because I think John Gray, is he knackered? John Gray is playing. I don't care. There's no way John Gray is not playing. And I'm going to start Regan Poole with him or Basic. No, I'm going to start Regan Poole. It's not ideal. It really, really isn't. On the bench, Bryn, Basic, Leckie, Ennis, Burton, Mikic, and Chris Thorpe. Anyone else I'd rather have? No, we've just got too many injuries at the moment. There was one more change I was going to make before the game, because I don't think that the overlapping on the right really works. I think it's something you can turn on in games when things aren't quite going right for you, but I don't think it's a default strategy. So yeah, that's the one thing. The other change, like I said, I've made is we are staying on feet. The less fouls we commit, the less chance they're going to get. But I don't know, like, you're still leaving other options open then. Let's do this. If we come up with a magical win here, I will be out of my chair with happiness. And Fazic has already won us a free kick inside 12 seconds. Good stuff. If we were to win this game, I genuinely might explode because of the catharsis of the way things have been going for us lately. Still top of the league, though. There's 2 players there. Nerffield clears. Oh, God. No, we've done all right here. Hurahan. Nuno Santos. Stop the world. I want to get off. It's the same thing. Oh my God. Like, we've got players, everybody's behind the ball here. He's just able to take a touch, bend it, and voila. What's his long shots like, I wonder? Norwich are definitely getting as many men behind the ball as they can. Gribben out wide now. Ball in. Cleared away. Juro. I wonder where he'd gone. Henderson. Nerfville. Poole. Henderson. Yes! Yes! Liam Henderson. I take it all back. Unless he does something dodgy, I take it all back. Stockport 1, Norwich City 1. That was kind of similar to the goal that they scored, I have to say. A little bit closer. I think he is actually in the box when he takes this. We'll have a look. It's 1-1 here. Henderson. No, he is outside the box. Oh, it deflects as well. That is basically identical to Norwich's goal. So we're level on long-range goals. The draw wouldn't be the end of the world, but we are at home, and it's quite important to get points, really. Gribben. Ball in. Oh! Davidson! Go on, son! Oh, and Johnston parries it wide again. Okay, we're really stepping our game up now. I think the attacking approach is definitely working for us. And now Liam Henderson is injured as well. Yeah! Who do we even bring on? It's going to have to be Darren Leckie. Bloody hell. And that'll be a long ranger too. These are all long-term injuries, it seems. Potential foot injuries. Probably broken his foot and all. No, Phil picks it up. The pressure is definitely on Norwich at the moment. We're mounting the pressure. Leckie's going to have to do one hell of a shift in that midfield. Nerfville. Benama. Oh, he's offside. Okay, but it doesn't matter. The chances are still coming. Like, not actual counting as chances, but they're definitely looking better. Nerffield as well here. I'll take it easy. Excuse me. Excuse me. Why was the line not drawn from the defender's foot? Did anyone else see that? When this ball is played, I think he's level. The line wasn't drawn from the defender's back foot. I think we might well have just been completely mugged off there. Okay. I think it's been a very good first half from us, though. That's what I would say. Like, we've done a bloody good job so far. Poole! Yes! Regan Poole from a corner. He's really good from those situations. His 5th goal of the year. Sammy Benamar gets the assist. And now we are 2-1 up at home to Norwich. Thing is, in previous games where this has happened to us, I have put it back on the positive, and I just don't see that working for us right now. I think we have to keep the pressure on Norwich and grab the 3rd and the 4th if we can. Half-time, Stockport County 2, Norwich City 1. We are winning the game. We do deserve to be winning the match, but we need... I think we have to keep pushing. The mistake I've made that's cost us in games has been to push it, just to go back to positive and try and sit. We can't bring on John Hume or anything. We've got a very limited bench right now. Nerfville, nicely done. Fazic, have a little run, lad. Benamar's making that run. He could slide him through. He can. Benamar. Yes. Stockport 3, Norwich City 1. Hopefully that could be the icing on the cake. It's something we've not done is kill these games off. Well, we have a few of them, obviously. But I think just continuing what we're doing. Frano Fazic, he knows where he's going to put this every single time. And Benamar has stepped up today. Fair play to him. He's got a goal and an assist. Fazic with another assist. And this would send us 8 points clear of Fulham. Although they do still have a game. Ennis, here we go. Have a little run. You've got the fresh legs, son. Davidson is absolutely dead on his feet. Still finds a good ball for Benamar, though. Oh, no! You can tell what's about to happen, can't you? We've got men caught out all out of place. Tomchik's through, and that's 2-1. Oh, Molden saves us there. Norwich probably... This is the thing. They probably deserve to win this match based on this like little period of the match, and yet we're probably going to win this one. But we've rode our luck at times a little bit here, and now it looks like we're going to be on the right side of things because we didn't create enough actual chances. Lots of shots, fine. But no real good chances. Only 8 fouls committed, though, and I think that's really helped us in the match. Stockport 3, Norwich City 1. That is an absolutely monumental win in terms of our chances of actually being promoted because it puts 12 points between us and Norwich. So that's how the league table looks now. We are 8 points clear of Fulham, and that's really where the damage lies for us now. I think we've probably gapped Norwich enough now. 12 points clear with 8 games to go. If anything, Bristol City are now in with a chance of catching into that race too. It's Fulham that matter. They play tomorrow. Bournemouth, I don't know when they're playing, but we've put 5 points over them as well. It was a very necessary win, but we've patched our way through that, and I still worry quite a bit. So I said I was going to try and finish off the season today, but with it being so tight, then it is tight, but there's still quite a large gap in my mind. It's just, it feels tighter because of how much more it should have been perhaps earlier in the season. So I think what we might do is do a big chunk of games off... Oh, no, we've got to do the Fulham game, don't we? We have to do the Fulham game as the next live com. Maybe we'll do Fulham as the next live com, and then we'll do Millwall off camera and finish off away at Sunderland as a big bumper episode to finish our season. Because that Fulham game, if we were to go to Craven Cottage and win, that could be a win that promotes us to the Premier League for all we know, or it could be the win that completely destroys our chances of going to the Premier League for all we know. So, if you've enjoyed this episode and all the trimmings that have gone with it, drop a like on the video, that would be awesome. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. Hopefully where I calm down a bit in your inbox every single day at 6, and I'll join you guys tomorrow for the biggest episode of this save by a country mile. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.